Now, we had an issue last week. I took her out, I went for gas, and I couldn't get the car restarted again. So I called my buddy up, and he came with a jumper box. Figured the battery was weak. That wasn't the issue. He called his other friend up. He came, and he told me that I had no spark. I don't know what he was sparking, but I had another coil in the trunk. So he swapped out the coil that I had in the trunk, but still wouldn't start. So I had to get it towed. That's why I got the towing. I got the AAA towing on all the cars, and I also have the collector car insurance towing. But I called AAA up. They flatbeded me home, put the car back in the garage. You can't leave this car out anywhere. They'll steal the parts off it. They steal the whole car. So what I did is when I came home, I checked the wires. You got a wire going from the ignition to the coil, and from the coil it goes to the distributor. Well, I took all those wires and I cleaned them with a little sandpaper to get a good connection. I put them on, and then the coil wire from the cap to the coil, I don't know if that was loose. Maybe it was popping loose and it wasn't all the way in to the distributor cap or the coil area. The connections were clean, so I pushed them all on real good. And I charged the battery up because I guess the battery was getting weak of me cranking and cranking and cranking. The car wasn't flooded. I pulled one plug out on the bottom. She wasn't flooded. So when I put the battery all back on, got in the car, I gave it a little squirt by hand with my hand, and she fired right up. Ignited right up. So the next day, I went in there, put the battery, connected the battery because I disconnect my battery. Connect the battery, gave it a little squirt, not too much, just a little squirt, fired right up. No cranking, 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 and firing, and chugging, chugging, chugging to fire it. As soon as you turn that key, she fired right up. So maybe the connections for the distributor and the coil weren't good enough. They weren't loose. So I took them off and I tightened them up. This car's running real good now. Real good. Starts right up. It's 94 octane now. Sunoco bumped it up another octane. It was 93 and now it's 94. So I just took her out today, hooked the battery up, gave her a little squirt, and she cranked right over. So she's running good. Maybe the wires were dirty. But running real good now. She's in the garage for the winter now.